Hello everybody. So today I wanted to talk about something a little different on this channel here. In this video, I wanted to kind of talk about some NASCAR diecasts that I would like to see made in the 1/64 scale that Lionel Racing has not made. And these are ones that Lionel has either not considered at all because they're all just like small teams or just like a one race thing, or Lionel did have them up there, and then they got canceled because there wasn't enough interest, so they were either canceled in just the 1/64 scale or both the 1/64 and the 1/24. The main focus is the 1/64 scale here. And with that, let's get into the cars. And so first up, we have the 00 Starcom Fiber car, Lionel Castle Racing. So I would really like to see this one made, but unfortunately, because it's such a small team, I don't think Lionel's considered it. But it would be real nice because it is a team that has a charter and be real nice for my stop motion series. Next up, we have Jamie McMurray's #1 Cessna car. Much of you are probably thinking, wait, wasn't this one made in 1/64 scale? Well, it was, but it was on the PTC mold, which is the real bad mold. And put that on here because I would really like to see this have been made on the regular mold, either through NASCAR Authentics, which probably won't happen, or just in the regular, but this is what we got. Good news is this was the only one I think on the PTC mold this year. And then next we have Jimmy McMurray's #1 DC Solar car. Now I'd really have liked to see this one because they did make Kyle Larson's, which is just the inverse in color wise, so it'd be a nice compliment to have both of them. Granted, this was only done in a few races, not as many as Kyle Larson's, but still, I would have really liked to have seen it, but Lionel never did consider making it at all. Next, we have Brad Keselowski's Reese/Drawtide. Originally, this was up for pre-order, but unfortunately did not make DMQ, so it ended up getting canceled because they didn't get enough orders. This would also have been a nice one to see. Granted, I think it only ran 2 races, I think. It ran the first Martinsville race and the second Richmond, but still would have been a nice car to have. Next we have Brad Keselowski's #2 Snap-on. I believe he only ran this in 1 race this year. It was the first Talladega race, but man, this car just looks so cool with the red and the black and the nice kind of stripe kind of thing going on the bottom. Just overall, real nice looking. Would have been a really cool looking diecast, but unfortunately, Snap-on is not allowing Lionel to make any Snap-on diecasts, so that's just a big bummer. Next up, we have Austin Dillon's #3 Coca-Cola car that he ran in the Coke 600 at Charlotte this year. Granted, I was looking through some different Austin Dillon cars, and for a good amount, the ones that I kind of wanted were made, but this one was one that I thought was pretty cool that didn't get made, and I think it would be nice to see in diecast form. Though I just don't know if they would get enough people to order it, but I still think it's pretty cool. It would be a good one to have. And next we have Kevin Harvick's #4 Jimmy John's Kickin' Ranch car, which originally was up for pre-order, but did get canceled because of not enough interest, but it would still have been a nice car to have, especially with Kevin Harvick's dominance. It would be nice to have a bunch of his diecast cars made. Next we have Trevor Bayne's #6 Advocare Rehydrate car. Granted, Trevor Bayne's kind of on the way out, so I think that's why they didn't even bother putting up another Trevor Bayne diecast, but this one would have been kind of nice because for the whole second half of the season, this has been pretty much the car he has ran when he's been racing, so would have still been nice. Only thing is I don't know for sure if I would order. Granted, half of these I don't really know for sure if I would order, but there's some to consider. Next, you have Daniel Hemrick's #8 Smoky Mountains car, which this did get made in the 1/24 scale, but they never put it in the 1/64 scale, and the reason behind that is because of the sponsor. Unfortunately, the sponsor isn't meant for kids, and that's why they didn't put it in the 164 scale. Otherwise, I would have gotten it for sure. But I would really hope Lionel would consider putting this on a base and made it that way. Next, we have Chase Elliott's number 9 Napa Brakes. And this, I believe, is the only Chase Elliott car that he's ran so far this year that they have not either made or are in the process of making. And kind of surprised that they didn't make it because they did actually make his Napa Brakes car from last year. But kind of not because it was only a one race deal and it just says brakes instead of auto parts. So not really a super big deal. I don't know if I would have bought it either. And then next we have Eric Almirola's number 10 Mobile 1. Granted, primarily Eric Almirola has just driven that number 10 Smithfield car. But I think this would be a nice one, another sponsor. Granted, they did make his Go Bowling car. I'm not a big fan of that. But if they made this one, I would probably get the number 10 Mobile 1 car, though, because of that. It'd be a nice car to have as a sponsor for him in my stop motion series. And then next we have Eric Almirola's number 10 Smithfield Bacon for Life. And pretty much the only reason I put this in here is because he did end up winning at Talladega in this car. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have considered it, but since it ended up being a car that he won in, I think we'd probably get a nice thing to move. Especially, too, you've got the bacon on the side. I mean, come on, who doesn't like bacon pretty much? So I think they could probably sell it, but you never know. Okay, and next up we have Denny Hamlin's number 11 FedEx Throwback that he ran at Darlington. And this was originally up for pre-order, but did get canceled in the 164 scale, unfortunately, which I think would have still been a pretty good car. And I think if they would have just gone through and made it, it could have still sold pretty well on the back end, but unfortunately they did not. And this would be a real nice throwback car for them to have. And this is basically the only Denny Hamlin car that is not being made. Next up, we have Ryan Blaney's number 12 Rev Fleetwood RV car, and this is one of the few that is not being made of Ryan Blaney's cars, which I'm kind of surprised because this has Ryan in multiple races, whereas you have his Curl car that's only ran in, I believe, one race so far this year. Granted, that's a pretty cool car, but I still think this car would be a nice one to have. It did run a good amount of races. I would have liked to have it made. Next, we have Ryan Blaney's number 12 Menards. And you're thinking, wait, this is made. Yes, it was, but with the original one where they had the red numbers, and they ended up switching. They ended up even having red logos. Then they went to all white number and white logos now. So I would have liked to have seen this one made as kind of an update. Fortunately, it is not, but I'm thinking this is a good chance that we'll see what the car will look like for next year. Next, we have Ty Dillon's number 13 Geico Military. And this is pretty much the only Ty Dillon car that wasn't made, so that's pretty much the main reason why I put this on here. Because I did make this last year. Granted, that was on the Chevrolet SS body, but I think it still would have been a decent one to have made. Pretty cool one. But I don't know for sure if I would have gotten it, but still a pretty cool looking car. Next we have Clint Bowyer's number 14 One Cure CSU. I think this probably should have gotten made because it was originally up for pre-order, but then did unfortunately get canceled. And I would have kind of liked to see some of the more Clint Bowyer cars. Granted, they have gotten more made this year than they did last year, which is a real plus. But still, I think this ran a decent amount of races that people would have been interested, but unfortunately not. Next we have Clint Bowyer's number 14 Ford Hall of Fame's car. And unfortunately this one as well was up for pre-order and got canceled in the 164 scale. This is another one that I would have kind of liked to have seen. This one I almost consider might have gotten. I mean, this I may have waited until it actually got made, then do that, because there are some cars that I do wait and see, but it's unfortunate that one got canceled. This one's probably the biggest one. In some ways, I think that people are sad that it got canceled because this is throwback, and a lot of people really liked it in the throwback. I believe this is still up in the 124 scale, but unfortunately, at 1/64 scale, it has gotten canceled, which I am really kind of bummed about. Because it would have been cool, would have been a nice another one for the throwbacks to have been made. Next, we have Clint Boyer's number 14 Cummins / Rush Truck Center's car that he ran at the Talladega race. And this one, I think, is a pretty cool one that would have been made. And I think enough people would like to have the Cummins brand on a diecast. So I think it would actually be a fairly good one to make. But Lionel Racing, as of now, has not bothered to put it up for pre-order. Next, we have Ross Chastain's number 15 Low T Centers. I think the main reason Lionel Racing has not done this is, again, it's just a low-funded team and not that popular a driver, but due to his success in the Xfinity Series, I think he is really starting to make a name for himself now. And I think they can possibly have gotten this one made if they would have put it out there, but unfortunately they did not. And it would be a nice one to have for my stop motion series. Okay, and that is all for now, everybody. Hope you kind of enjoyed this video. This is just something I kind of been thinking about, and I wanted to kind of make a video of it. Hope you enjoyed. This is just the end of part 1, so it's only up to the number 15 car. So I'll keep going. I don't know how many more videos, but you'll definitely see more. Hope you liked. Any other cars in this group that you think should be made, should have just stayed canceled. Anything else from that? Again, this is granted just some that I think could have still sold. Granted, I don't know if I would have bought all of them, but some of them I probably would have for sure. So, just something to think about, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Corey Klatt, signing off.